Hello everybody, and welcome to another video. It has been a rough couple of weeks trying to decide whether I'd actually continue doing content or if I'd stop altogether. Now, if you haven't been following, this is because of the whole new COPPA law that FTC has decided to revise earlier than their scheduled date. But now that a little bit of it has been cleared up, I'm a little bit more comfortable, and I might consider doing content again, but it wouldn't be the same. If I were to continue doing content, I might have to use language that most definitely would not be directed towards children. What this would mean, I'm not too sure, but I would basically just do what I had to do to continue to make content and not have to put it under the intended for children section, because the amount of, how could I say, just swings they take at you is just, it's crazy. So, you may be like, if you haven't watched my other video, or if you haven't seen anything about the COPPA, I don't know how you wouldn't have. But if you haven't, don't think just because you're say somebody watching YouTube, and you like to watch stuff that may be considered a mixed audience. Like, it's not intended for children, it's not intended for directly adults, but both of them may watch. The creator may or may not have some trouble deciding whether or not their content is for children or not for children, which could be a little bit of a problem. One, if you mark your content as for children, you have no comments, no info cards, no YouTube stories, no end screens, no community tab, no notifications. So this means if you're subscribed to this person and their channel is set for children, you don't get any more notifications. You can't save any of their videos to watch later. You can't save any of their videos to a playlist. And the biggest part about it, which is the biggest turnoff about this whole new thing, is that targeted ads will be turned off, because data collection on this, that's what this whole entire thing is about. It's about data collection on children. Now, the entire thing about this is so stupid, because the way, I just can't say it's stupid, because I don't know the whole thing from YouTube and what would it be? The repercussions would be from adding this third option that would have solved every single problem that this whole new COPPA law has been causing. So instead of, giving us the third option where it would be a mixed audience, YouTube said, yeah, no, you have to be marked for children or for adults. If you mark for children, you have all those other things that could be so detrimental to your channel. If you mark it for adults, and COPPA says, hey, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, that's for children, they might just go ahead with a whole $42,000 fine per video, mind you. Now see, that's the whole thing what I'm scared about. I would love to make content, but if I can't have comments, info cards, end screens, if I can't have notifications, one of the biggest things, I don't even care about the monetization. Sure, it would kill basically the entirety of YouTube, unless you were, say, a company advertising stuff with a YouTube channel, or if you're home improvement. But if you're trying to make content that's even remotely appealing to kids now on YouTube, you could run into some problems. Whether it be the $42,000 fine or not getting money from advertisement, which this would lead to people having to either start a Patreon, or actually that's about it, or having to move to, say, a Twitch because they have the donation, where if you set your content to 4 kids, you cannot have memberships on YouTube. Then you wouldn't be able to get money for that either. So basically all the YouTubers are going to have to survive through merch, Patreon, and maybe Twitch. It's not going to be good for the whole entire YouTube ecosystem. That third mixed audience option could have fixed all of this. Because it is clearly stated in COPPA that there is a mixed audience, and they acknowledge it. But the fact that YouTube didn't decide to acknowledge that was a little bit frustrating. It's not that they didn't acknowledge it. I don't know the entire thing on YouTube side of why they didn't put it there, but it's not going to be fun. And let's see, it's the second, right? We have 8 days until YouTube is putting this whole new thing into effect. The law doesn't go in until the 1st of 2020, but the whole YouTube thing where it's going to have to be marked for or not for children, that's going into effect in 8 days as of this video on December 10th. Now see, regardless of all that, let's get back to the main topic that I wanted to address in this video. I still want to do YouTube videos. I still want to game. I still want to do other content if I can ever figure out what kind of content I want to do. But this whole new thing, I'm going to have to either wait until this all gets settled out and hopefully, I shouldn't say hopefully, but for the sake of everybody on YouTube, there's going to be somebody that's being made an example of. FTC is going to find somebody that's violated this, and they are going to take them to court. And then we're going to learn what we can and cannot do. And only then will I realize, or I can't even say only then, because I may realize it might take the 5th time before we can truly understand what for or not for kids means. It's not something that's just a general term. But with all this behind me, I would most likely have to do content of games that are over the age of 13, or depending on what they consider a child. I'm gonna have to do like the ratings. Here, let me get something real quick. Here, I got my Sims 4 disc right here. The ESRB, the national rating for games. On most games, actually no, pretty much every game, unless it's an indie game that hasn't gotten published, I don't think most video games have been rated. But what they do is they put that. There's teen and a bunch of other different ratings. There's 18 plus and all those things. But I would have to probably resort to content that would be, or video games that would be above that whole age limit. And then I'd maybe be safe. But I'm most likely not going to be posting anything until I completely understand, which will most likely only be after January 1st. Like, this, I was having fun for a few months, and then my friend sent me this, my editor actually, he sent me this whole thing about COPPA, and it's just ruined everything. I would have loved to continue doing this. But Just, it ain't it. And what this would mean is I would probably have to not play Minecraft, and childish games or games that would appeal to children, I would probably have to stay away from just to be safe. But things like The Forest, that is most definitely not for children. And then I've been playing a couple other, games, like survival games. Or survival sandbox? I've always been, like, games that are like The Forest and Minecraft, where you have to survive and stuff like that. But survival is a big general term. But I really do hope I can continue. And I just needed to make this video to clarify that if I can, I would still like to continue to make videos. It's just going to be a lot. I'm not trying to get fined $42,000. And if I determine my content is for children, I don't get anything. You guys won't be notified. You won't be notified when there's a new video. I'm pretty sure people can't look it up either. There's no info cards, no end screens. I don't think you guys understand how much that it means to like a YouTube video. So pretty much, I think the end screens, that's where, like, at the end of the video, like the last 20 seconds, it pops up 2 videos and maybe either a link to a Patreon or another subscriber or another YouTube channel to subscribe. That's what that usually is at the end of the video. But without that, you can't advertise your own content, you can't advertise other people's content. The info cards, you can't ask questions during the video. You can't really advertise your merch unless you put it in the description. And without comments, people can't tell you what is going good and wrong in your content. It's just a whole mess. So I'll try to keep you guys updated, but if I hear anything, I'll let you guys know. And I hope you guys are okay with this whole new COPPA thing. I know it's not going to be good, that's all I can say. It's not good news. They should just... I know it's not something that could have been changed. It had to be done. Otherwise there may not have been a YouTube anymore. But I'll keep you guys updated, and I'm really hoping in the new 2020 year, I will be able to post videos of gaming again. I don't think you guys understand how much that would mean to me if I can actually start posting videos again. I might even start trying to record some videos and say, if this works, I'll just post them. Post a couple of videos when it's finally okay to post them again. But it's not out yet, so there's no testing. You don't know what we can and cannot do. The lines are very thin, and the guidelines are so unclear, so I'm just going to have to wait until we see how it's handled. But anyway, I'm sorry that I had to drag this on to 14-minute video. But this is something that I had to talk about. I'll keep you guys updated on this in the whole situation. I'll see you guys in the next one.